All right, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, my camera. I gotta open that. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Live stream. We're going live. Intrepid Gains. We're starting this live stream right now. Bull market is starting, and we are ready to take a look at how things are breaking out. All right, all right. So we're starting this live stream right now. Bull market is starting. I'm getting. We are ready to take. Closing that. All right, Ian. Let's take a look at the dominance, Bitcoin dominance. What's going on there?
Yo, how's everybody doing tonight? Looking at the chart here, we are continuing this breakdown. I think last live stream we were just cracking 60. And we are continuing that downtrend. And there is a local low looking left here in the next couple percent down. Total market cap continues to break up. This is everything minus the altcoins continuing to pump. So, we were asking ourselves last live stream, it's alt season here. I think we're getting this confirmation that it's looking good. We got lots of action in the last, just a few hours, really. What are you looking to start with first here on the charts?
Well, so it looks like the dominance is taking off, right? Like Bitcoin is just like where everything's breaking out. Let me take a look at this. Like when
dominance continues to dump.
I don't know about you guys, but I was noticing that CoinGecko. I don't know if this is from traffic. I'm gonna be honest, but CoinGecko was looking pretty laggy today. At least on my phone, it was. It was like lagging out. I don't know if that's because it's getting a lot of traffic, but you see these percentages.
They're saying they can't hear my mic.
They can't hear you?
You might need to turn me up a little bit more on your Discord.
All right, let me check a look. Man, we got to work on our production quality, but, we're still new. All right, so let's get this thing going. Let me see. But yeah, I mean, the breakout is like happening big time right now. Your volume. All right, test it.
Hello.
Oh, that's good. Let's go 100%. 100%. 100%.
Hello.
Yeah, you like this hat?
Yeah, Ian, a bit louder. Here we go.
Is that good? Do we sound, guys? Do we sound like about the same? Is our volume about the same? Like, are we good? Like in one of our last videos, the sound was like really off. Like I was like quiet. Ian was like. So how's that sound, guys? How does it sound? Better. All right, that works. If it's good.
Yeah, and I think you're sounding a lot better this week too.
Yeah. I was. I had the mic like pointed at me. Like at my face. Yeah, it's good. Awesome. Like I had the mic pointed at my face, and the guy that helped me set this up, he's like, no, you're supposed to have the mic up. Yeah, no, not like that. So let's take a look at this. This dominance is breaking out. Like things are getting exciting. Everything's got like green. We're just, guys, this is just starting. I'm excited. Maybe we're wrong. We could always be wrong. But I'm getting that, like I'm always a little reserved, oh man, I don't want to let myself get excited. But come on. It's going to, it has,
yeah, of course.
It has a little echo. Oh man, when am I going to get rid of this echo? I've been trying to chase down this echo on my mic forever. We'll figure it out. So. But let's go to Ethereum. Let's check out the Ethereum chart. Ethereum hits an all-time new high. What does that mean? Alt season. Yeah, respect my call on ALGO, huh?
Wait, pause.
What's up?
Hold on, right now. What I see is Ian, I think you have him turned on through your speakers instead of through the desktop.
Through the desktop?
Yeah,
what in Discord?
Yeah, it sounds like he's coming through. It sounds like
You can hear. Oh, that's why, right? So it's let me see. How would I change that?
Did you only unmute yourself on the OBS?
Let me see. I'm not muted. We're not. Neither one of us is muted, right?
What about the desktop? Is it muted?
The desktop's not muted.
On OBS, is your audio muted?
No.
Like not your mic, but your sound.
The desktop and the mic is set open. They're both on. But does it sound good? Does his audio sound good? Let me look at the chat. Sounds a little background. Ian sounds like he's a little in the background. All right.
Strange reverb.
That's weird. Like everything's set like it was before. I guess I can set your volume a little higher. But it's already loud to me. It's really loud on my PC. Like you're like loud, you know? Man, I gotta figure this stuff out. I gotta make sure I get this technicalities of production, you know? I'm a technical guy when it comes to blockchains. You know, I need to get this technical stuff figured out.
They're saying
Stuff
Ian
good?
is good now.
Good.
Eon is good now.
All right. So learning in progress here. All right, so let's go. Let's check out. What are you looking at right now? Are we on Ethereum?
ETH.
Look at this.
Yeah.
ETH. This is how we know it's alt season. You know, Ethereum is finally. This is the very beginning of Ethereum. Let's go. Ethereum breaking out this means a lot. If you've been here in a while, if you've been in crypto a while, today Ethereum broke out. This is no small deal. So this means that we might be seeing months or weeks of price action, the kind of price action that we like. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. It's the Ethereum's breaking out, man. So this is what Papa Intrepid likes to see. Okay, so ETH hits new high. Let's take a look at DOT. What did DOT do? Yeah, Ethereum passes 2K. I mean, finally. How long? I've been holding my Ethereum forever, and I've been questioning it. And I was like, man, Ethereum, why? Why am I so loyal to you? You know, and this is why. Because, you know, at the end of the day, after the rain has come in and the storm has been going, Ethereum starts walking through the muddy puddles, delivering all-time new highs.
Well, I think this is where we're headed, up here to 2600. I keep seeing this talked about. I just did a simple measurement. If we take this as like a W pattern and measure it up, 2600 is what we're looking for. I would maybe expect some chop back down to even 2000 to kind of test that, you know, that resistance that tested as support, somewhere in this range possibly. But how high we're going to go before we pull back, you know, who knows? Dot making all-time highs as well. And I said, I think last stream, this 40 was your point to watch. If we get a nice solid 4-hour, 1-hour candle over this confirmation, then this is looking pretty legit. I don't know if I have the volume on here. But looking great. It got back up above that all-time high. If I measure this, I think I had targets up around between $50 to $60 is where I'm looking for DOT to kind of settle in its next channel. And I measured that based off this triangle. I don't know how relevant this triangle is anymore since it did break down, right? So I don't see it. I haven't really interpreted this yet as a new pattern because it did break down. So it kind of invalidated that pattern. But if we do kind of just take that next target of 50, I'm thinking 50 to 60 is our kind of our next chop zone. I could measure some fibs off of this. Maybe from like this real last impulse move up. Or actually just take the low to our high. High to low.
So
yeah, it puts it in right at $51
so,
for the 1618.
So according to these golden ratios, you know, the golden ratio that's in control of our lives, it's in control of everything. It is now in control of the charts. and 50, the golden ratio is saying we're going to 50. So anyways, like Polkadot, you guys know I love me some Polkadot. Polkadot, man, oh man, oh man. Now, you know, some people will say, oh, it's so complicated, it's never going to happen. Polkadot's never going to happen. Man, this is the guy that made, he was the chief technical officer of Ethereum, okay? This is the developer that designed Solidity. Okay, you got 80% of DeFi, decentralized finance, 80% of it is on Ethereum. And the guy that helped write the architecture for that has moved on. He's moved past Ethereum. You know, I love myself some Ethereum, but he's moved on and he created this thing called Polkadot. And this thing is designed from the ground up from everything he learned from Ethereum. Like all the things that he, you know, like if you do something in life, you know, like you don't get to start over many times, right? And this is what his new baby, this is his baby. You know, Gavin Wood created this thing, this Polkadot ecosystem, and, you know, now it's made up of, you know, tons of people. Beautiful design, you know, but I'm a spectator, you know, in these blockchains, and I like it from a token economics model. I like it from a technical model, not only from like price, you know, what it could potentially do in the future in price action, because it's designed around that. But I like it from a computer engineering standpoint. Polkadot is like an evolution of the cryptocurrency space. You know, to my opinion, it is like, even if I don't make the biggest gains from Polkadot, it's the one that gets me the most excited. Polkadot is the one that runs my imagination. I think about, man, what is Polkadot and Kusama? What are these systems going to do to the world? Okay, they're going to create a world that is run on blockchains that are integrated together in like a highway system, allowing for all these financial systems to come together and be fluid. Okay, and you know, and we're going to run mortgages, we're going to run equities, we're going to run all these. Yeah, invest in people. That's right. Invest in people. Well, you know, Polkadot's got some of the best talent in the world, hundreds of teams, some of the best developers, and it is breaking out into an all-time new high. I am excited. I know that, like, the markets have been pretty boring for, like, how long has that been, Ian? Like, how long, like, since we were at 40? How long has that been? Like a month, 2 months?
February 20th.
Okay, so it's been about a month and a half, okay? A month and a half, things have been pretty boring. That's why people are not like excited. Like, I haven't seen like all the crazy videos, you know. I don't know, man. Like, I know that things have been boring, so we're still kind of like lingering around. But
A month and a half is actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah,
That's plenty of time to consolidate, you know, to accumulate. And I mean, I remember Bitcoin going sideways for 3 months. Talk about boring.
things have been
That
boring.
was
Things are
that
about
was that was a year ago.
things are
But
about to get exciting, right? Like,
oh yeah,
my
April
brain
is exciting.
my brain is saying, like, the show is just getting started, and we've kind of all known this. Like, the show is about to get started. Like, I don't think we're ever going to see these prices again. Okay? History. I'm looking at this camera. I'm recording this. I don't think we're going to see these prices again. I could be wrong. Okay? I've made bad calls. I'm a human. Humans make mistakes. But I don't think we're going to see these prices again for a lot of the quality cryptos. But, you know, who knows? Be cautious. Never put in what you know, this is not investment advice. Never put it in what you can't afford to lose. But that's my, you know, what I'm thinking. So
Hey Mike, we're getting some questions as we go. Do you want to take these as we go or save
sure,
questions till
you
the
can go
end?
ahead and I'll start answering questions. Like,
Okay. One comment I did see I liked by CodeSphere. Draw a harmonic, he says. Now, I believe somewhere in here there is a harmonic. I am not confident enough yet in my harmonic skills to really be going at that. I want to finish working on my Elliott waves, and then harmonics is something I do in the future because those are pretty interesting. So in the future, I do plan to get into harmonics. What was another comment I saw? There was some price projections on ETH. What's a realistic range for ETH? Yeah, I'll let you go ahead first.
what's that?
Realistic range for ETH price target for this bull run.
Okay, so, you know, one of the things I've been thinking is, yeah, we'll hit Kusama. The chat saying Kusama. Of course, we're gonna hit Kusama. I love myself some Kusama. Okay, so Ethereum, right? My thoughts on where it's going to go is to, around 10K. Some people think 20K. But, like Ethereum, okay, so here's a simple metric for you to know. Per Bitcoin address, right? However many addresses there are with Bitcoin and the current price. Okay, so the price of Bitcoin divided by how many accounts there are. So I think the number was around 50,000 or something like that. So, or like, I forget, like I don't have the numbers in front of me. But with Ethereum, or it was like 20,000, 23,000. I don't remember. I don't have the number in front of me. But with Ethereum, the number was 1/10 the magnitude. Okay, so I think that Ethereum will have the same rough number with the price, the total market cap divided by how many people there are. I think that's where we're headed. So we're heading about 10x, which realistically is about 5x from here. But I think I definitely see Ethereum over 10K. But like, who knows, man? Like, Ethereum has very difficulty problems with the fees, which might hold it back. It might have problems with, you have to look at the cons too. And one of the cons of Ethereum is it's going to be, upgrading to that layer. It's going to be upgrading to ETH version 2, and it will run into issues with, like the miners. But I think they have a strategy for handling that. But it might have a contentious hard fork. Ethereum might, but that might cause it to be more bullish because people like to get the other coin when there's a contentious hard fork. Like, I've seen this before in the space from my experience, is if there is a contentious hard fork, the tokens might pump, okay, because people get excited about that potential. I think we could hit $1 trillion for ETH, $1 trillion market cap. But yeah.
So that'd be like a triple from where it's at, or double? Triple. I think it's like a $300 million. Or no, wait, you said trillion. Oh, hang on.
That's a 5x.
300 billion.
5x, yeah. Good call on that. 5x from here is. Someone's asked me why I sold my WASDAQ. Well, I was just more bullish on other things. Maybe I'm wrong. Guys, I make mistakes. Or I make good decisions. Sometimes it's something that's not giving me momentum. Like, I only could hold so many coins. I'm going to go over a strategy video later. But the basics of why I sell certain things is if I have like I can only hold a certain amount. And I have to kick something out if I find something I think is better. And that way it forces me to do my due diligence. And I have to say, which one do I like more? And sometimes I make mistakes. And I'm getting better at that too. Like, all of this is an improvement. It's a self-feedback loop, right? But that's why I got rid of WASDAQ. But
to finish DOT, if you take this as a channel, I would love to map out a harmonic, but if you kind of take it as a channel, the price target lines up with the extension here as well. So there's a bit of confluence between that at that $50 target. So just another reason to kind of keep your eye on $50 DOT.
You know what I think was happening too? I think people were taking profits from Kusama and putting it in DOT, which is quite fascinating because DOT is a bigger market cap. You think people would be taking profits from Kusama into something more stable or into like smaller market caps. But, Kusama is still looking bullish. It's so strong because, we know the token economics are going to change. And yes, I'm shameful. I took some profits from Kusama as well, but, that's part of the game. I'm very bullish on Kusama. And, I'm still holding a big bag of myself some Kusama, but I did take some profits because it's just been in a run. Are we looking at Kusama now? Let's take a look at Kusama.
Is that what you want to look at? Yeah, we can. That's what I pulled up.
Yeah, let's do Kusama because I did take profits. I took profits around here. Let me get my mouse in here. Right here. Like right here. It was like breaking out. So I was like, I'll take some profits just in case. And it could just keep going. And I was like, well, whatever. Like I didn't take out. I actually did take out. Like I took out like I think 20% or something like that, which was pretty big for me. I never usually do that. But I could be wrong, and it takes off, and that's fine because I put it in another project that I'm pretty bullish about as well. So,
yeah, people have been wondering how low can we go on Kusama, and it was a question I think somebody asked last live stream, and I marked off a couple different scenarios. One, ultimately, you got your golden pocket down here between 230 and 330. But if we do form a double bottom up in here and some other pattern and show support, there's no reason we couldn't just continue to rip after finding support in this area. But now that I'm actually kind of looking at it, almost a bit of a could be a head and shoulders. We could see some issues back in this 500 area. So we got to watch for that.
Yeah, reverse head and shoulders. Or I mean, that's a normal head and shoulders.
Yeah,
So,
normal. Yeah.
um, so looking at this, let me see if I got my. So this right here, if we can see even the spiking here, or even if it goes like this, that would be a head and shoulders. Like if it bounces right here, right?
I can't see what you're doing.
Oh.
There's a delay for what I'm seeing.
Okay, well, I have it like right here. Yeah, I guess that's what you're saying. Like, right, if it just bounces, I guess it could be up here or it could be down here. But if it gets in there,
Yeah, they're not perfect at all. Let me clean it up a little bit. But yeah, where I was drawing these green lines. So we have a left shoulder, a head, and then your right shoulder could come in right at $500. Something to be aware of.
So guys, watch for that head and shoulders with the Kusama. Kusama has been pumping like crazy, and one of the things I noticed is something's been pumping a while, and everything else gets bullish. The thing that has been pumping will cool down, at the very least. And you know me, I love myself some Kusama. It's got great news coming out in days, so I may be completely wrong.
Yeah, I don't see this head and shoulders playing out, in my opinion. I wouldn't trade off of that information. I don't, but my gut tells me this isn't going to play out. You see the neckline is increasing. Yeah, so it just, I feel like those are more unsuccessful. Now, if the neckline was reversed and this left shoulder was kind of higher and it was kind of sloping down, then that looks like it has a better chance of playing out, in my opinion. So I don't, it's something to be aware of. I don't think it plays out.
I mean, this is one of the most strongest performing coins there is, and anytime anyone's doubted it, like I've just been holding it for and still it's a big bag for me, and I'm still gonna keep it that way. So let's check out ALGO, old Algorand. This is one of the most recent big boys that I've invested in because I love this project. The founder of this project won the Turing Award. He's one of the most skilled computer programmers in the world, and the CEO is quite a baller as well. Algorand has it's going to be available for large institutions to buy. So I'm pretty bullish on it. So let's check that baby out.
When we looked at this chart, I think we've done a couple live streams now watching this, and it broke out, found support, confirmed it. And now it's making another smaller pattern here that looks like it's just going to help propel it upwards, especially when you have lots of money coming into the alt market. You're starting to make a smaller pennant, maybe more of an ascending triangle like that, possibly.
So Glenn wants us to look at LYXE. We'll do that, Glenn. We'll hit on LYXE. Thank you for that donation. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna do some.
So off of this like micro pattern, hopefully we propel us kind of more in the short term. Maybe we see that $1.80 again, basically back to all-time highs.
I mean,
I think this is all-time highs, right? I don't think it's ever been this high. Yeah.
Here, let's take a look. I want to show you. I like showing people this chart. I'm going to show people real quick. So if you keep going, Ian, I'm gonna pull up a
Kusama and
ALGO.
Yeah. Okay. So I had this all mapped from previous live stream. I'm just taking a big fib measurement. It's kind of a shot in the dark. I should probably really dial this fib in, but just a general idea of what we're looking at here. The all-time high is just under $2, so this is going to be a pretty significant area. But when we do break that all-time high and kind of find support, then $2 this is just going to make it turn into a blip. I'm ultimately I'm expecting it to really make a run similar to what we saw with Cardano. Cardano, I was just checking it out today. It took about 90 days. I think it was 3 months for it to really about 10x almost, from about $2 to $3 billion up to that $25-30 billion market cap. Took about 3 months. So I'm kind of projecting something similar for Algorand in the next 3 months. If we, if this is it, if this is the run that takes that 10x's this project, I would, I wouldn't be surprised to see close to $10 on this in the next, few months. That's just my own opinion on that.
Yeah. I mean, and Algorand is like, it's just a beautiful project from a technology standpoint. I mean, that's what you get when you get someone who's won the Turing Award designing the technical side of it. So yeah, I mean, and take a look at this. This is a Kusama Algorand chart, and you can see, um, you know, that's why I sold in that to Algorand. So Algorand's the denominator here, right? So if it grows, this will pull back, right? So if Algorand beats Kusama, that was a bet I took. I could be wrong, but like it might chop down. And if it does, I think what I'm gonna be doing from here on out is I'm just gonna be balancing between, like, how when you have an index fund and you keep everything just balanced unbiasedly, right? Well, I'm just gonna balance my Algorand and Kusama to be the same percentage. So if Kusama does beat Algorand, I'm just gonna balance into Algorand. If Algorand outperforms Kusama, I'm just gonna balance. So that's gonna be my strategy moving forward, I think. Between these two, just because I like them both and I think they're both strong. So, and there's that chart, and I started from here, but one could keep going, and I'll just keep balancing out of Kusama into Algorand, or if it does pull back, then I'm gonna balance from Algorand into Kusama and just maintain the same percentage of these two in my portfolio. It's like one of those things that I think might be an interesting thing to do. Let me get this out of the way. All right, Ian, let's check out. So we looked at Algorand, which looks very strong, and I got it. There's information coming out the lines that tell me Algorand's going to be, available to institutions. So let's check out Celcius.
Yeah, Celsius been doing well today for sure. Put in a bottom on this diagonal trend line that we drew out either a couple live streams ago, and continuing to make this formation. I expect it to look very similar to what Algorand's doing. This is kind of what Algorand's triangle is pretty ugly in my opinion. I don't really like this, but nonetheless it kind of worked. But Celsius is looking. There's more data in this chart, so it's a little more friendly, smoother. So what I'm seeing, similar to Algorand, and what did we just see this with as well? There's another project. Ooh, yeah, maybe we'll talk about this, maybe not. But Elron broke out too, had a triangle as well. So this is what we're looking for on Celsius. So pay attention to that diagonal trend line coming down. You just kind of look left. There's a lot of chop, a lot of wicks in here, so it's hard to get an exact number on when you should enter. But the extreme wick high of this last high it's about 550. So once we're confirming over 5. I think we're potentially holding 5 now. Like, honestly, this very moment, 10 minutes ago might have been your last chance to get Celsius under $5. Who knows? Like, no joke. Like when this goes, it's not gonna look back good.
I mean,
just like most of these projects.
I don't know how people are sleeping on Celsius, man. Like I'm like, people don't respond well when I talk about Celsius. Like they don't respond at all. Like, have you guys seen what Celsius can do in the past? And do you know who's leading this project? I mean, whatever. Like I accumulate. But
you don't have to FOMO into anything here.
Oh yeah.
It could wick to a $5.20 and come right back down to about 460 and test this lower trend line. It likes to this Celsius likes to chop. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see some more wick action and it really starts wicking and coiling up before it pops. So anything can happen with that. But like I said, when we do get over 5, even $6, I'm getting real bullish at that point.
And people are saying, "Oh, CoinGecko's down." Yeah, guys, we started this live stream talking about that. Like, what is going on?
I always have problems with the phone app.
Yeah,
always since I've ever gotten it.
Well, it's worked for me before, but today I've noticed, man, it's like glitching out like crazy. And I think what it is the number of people. Like these
users.
Yeah, like there's people just coming into this space. And everything's breaking in all-time new highs, or at least Ethereum did, DOT did. Some of the core blue chip cryptos are breaking into all-time new highs. And yeah, I haven't seen things have been going sideways so long. I think people are complacent. I'm surprised, but we'll see how this thing plays out. But man, I'm starting to feel bullish.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Celcius. This is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
We're seeing everything else play out. What did we have next on the list?
LYXE.
Oh yeah, by the way.
Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
LYXE. Okay, we can do that. I just didn't mention any price targets here. I'm looking for an $8 to $10 range in this next big, move up, and I think that'll be your next consolidation areas up in this region.
Right.
LYXE. Yeah, LYXE. Lots of chat. Lots of volume in the
chat. That is
chat.
a reverse Head and Shoulders if I've ever seen one, right? Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, this is almost too perfect. So there's a lot that seems pretty perfect in this chart. I'm excited to watch this play out, and I really hope it's going to be beautiful to watch. It's like a piece of artwork. Even the money flow and everything and the momentum, it's almost too perfect. We've got this money flow bottomed. It's even these you can draw trend lines on these money flow, right? So you got like a higher low on this money flow. So really, I'm expecting this to clip back into that green, and if it does it in the next couple days, there's a way that I like to kind of measure the money flow to kind of get an idea of how strong of a pump, and this pump we could be seeing green candles for the next couple weeks. As soon as we get back above this 20 has really been the point of this main resistance. It's kind of where I've drawn the neckline for this inverse Head and Shoulders, and I have my measurement from the inverse Head and Shoulders coming in right at our all-time high around $27, and then that'll be another point to watch. But yeah, lots of good things coming out for LYXE, so everybody's got their eye on it. I don't see anybody selling here. This is your buy area.
What's the market?
You buy in the red. I mean, what's that?
What's the market cap of LYXE right now? Let's check that out.
Last I looked, it was like 220 million.
You got to be kidding me! Oh my gosh! Whatever. I'm just gonna hodl. I don't get it.
I think at its high, I seen around 330 million, maybe up here, but I think it's maybe come down. I haven't been, but I know it's around like a $200-300 million market cap.
You know what it is? I think people just make money that they haven't seen before. And guys, I've been there. You make so much money that you don't even understand it, and you're like, man, I just can't. And it's it is smart. It is smart for people to diversify. But they don't. I mean, I guess if let's say I put in 1,000 into LYXE, right, and I had 20,000. I might want to diversify it. After realizing that instantly, So maybe that's what's going on here. Some people that got into this, and it is smart to do that if it makes up most of your portfolio. You don't want everything riding on one coin. But it just creates an opportunity for people that realize for me, I'm just hodling this thing. I'm amazed that it's even
this is one I'm holding for sure. Definitely. Sorry, I didn't go ahead.
No, you're good. Project is being pitched in boardrooms. Word on the street, unofficial word on the street. This thing is being pitched to billion-dollar entities, and it is a $250 million market cap. It's tiny. It's this. If anything, nothing's guaranteed in life, but if there ever was something that was guaranteed, it's LYXE. Just kidding. Not investment advice though. Yeah. So
I mean, I feel that way about a lot of these projects, honestly, but. If you weren't here for the other live streams, when you said this chart here, there's kind of a lot going on. I already talked about the inverse Head and Shoulders and our target off of that. That's kind of more of your short-term target. So the purple lines, actually, somebody did tell me I should probably change. I don't know what to change them to, but this some of the lines, Elliott waves.
I usually like yellow, green, those kind of lines, colors, because on the darkness, it's hard to see sometimes. But someone says LYXE is like $1 billion. 1.7 billion fully diluted, so that is a better number to look at, looking at that, and but still, I I think Luxo is going to be like one of the blue chips. It's going to be right up there with Polkadot. So whatever Dot is undervalued, so it's the whole space is like, okay, guys. So here's my rationale. I'm going to go into a quick little spiel. So you got like, I think I've said this before. I don't know how many times I've said this, but I say this all the time. Whatever you build on top of it, right, has to be worth less than the foundation. There's the foundational layer, like a foundation to a building. And the thing on top of it cannot be worth more than the foundation. Otherwise, the system breaks. That's where a lot of these systems have their security from. They need to... Hold on, I'm going to close the door. Hey, sweetie. I'm on a live stream. I mean, you can introduce yourself if you want. But I'm going to close this door. Love you. But yeah, that was my girlfriend. She just got home. So, hey. But yeah, so I lost track. Where are we in?
I don't know. Your girlfriend came home and you were telling her you loved her, and
yeah, she was like, she was about to come in and tell me about her day, and I was like, hey, sweetie, I'm on the live stream. I need to like text her next time I do this.
I'm just going back, just looking for stuff that I look for, like these red money flows. You buy in the red. Right? That means there's blood in the streets. And when there's blood in the streets, that's your buying opportunities. Because then when money flow comes back, you see these pumps. You're riding these money flow cycles. That's what this indicator down here represents. This is all money flow. So when you see
I like that one.
Down,
that one's easy to understand. Like when you're looking at that other one, I don't understand what I'm looking at.
I separated them so that it's not layered like it was, because for me it's fine, but I figured for showing people it's easier to slice it up.
Yeah, we can do that. Like we can do that in the future, because like for me, like I'm not a chart like guy that well. I'm not that good of a chart guy. And to me, that I actually like look at this and I'm like, oh, so when it's in red, you should be like accumulating, right? That's easy to understand.
Essentially, yeah. You want to wait for it to bottom. And you want to wait for that confirmation of a bottom. And what helps is you see like a higher low on the money flow. And so you can kind of chart these indicators the same way. People do it with RSI and stuff like that, like relative strength index and momentum. And that's what the blue waves are. The blue waves are representing this momentum. So our momentum bottomed out. And of course, this is all on the 4-hour chart. So you get a very different picture on different time frames, of course. But when you see a higher low like this on momentum as well, it acts as a trigger point. So if you backtest this and kind of look at any point, and this works for tons of different assets. Here it was kind of the same thing. Like the money flow bottomed out, and it creates this higher low and kind of creates like that pinch point. You can even see it down the downward too. So you have to be aware of both sides. But that this is a significant point, that everything is getting coiled up, like we see it on all these charts. Same stuff. That's what we're looking for. That's your opportunity. And it doesn't 100. It's not a crystal ball. It's not 100% of the time. It's to give you an edge. Okay, just to give you an edge. This could always go sideways, some weird fundamental black swan event, and just dives. But most of the time, it's not. What's interesting about looking at the money flow is there's times that I see. I don't want to get too into it, but XRP, for example, you could kind of see the money flow and what was going on, especially when it starts coming back. Like everybody's running for the hills. There's all this FUD, and now it was XRP was what today, a breaking 60. So you can almost see just where I like seeing where the money's flowing, right? Because sometimes the news. You got to sell the news, right? You're either buying a rumor, selling news kind of deal. So money flow reveals quite a bit.
Cool.
What's going on behind the scenes. Same with the momentum too. And what we see for Luxo is it's building. People are accumulating. Money flow is trying to come back in, but when you have, if you're trying to get large amounts of money into this, it doesn't take much to move this price, guys. If you were to buy right now, it probably takes about $20,000-$30,000 to move this up about $1. That's not a lot. That could be one person. And think about how many people are going to be wanting to buy Luxo in the next few weeks, really. It's going to be crazy, especially when it starts breaking its all-time high.
This one is like it's just like I don't really, like I love that the chart confirms reality. I'm just amazed that like this is one of those projects. Normally, if I didn't have like the team of people that we have now, I wouldn't even look at the chart. I'd be like, oh, I'm just holding it.
So for me, it's funny too because everybody, it's like the Kansas City shuffle. Everybody's got their eyes on ETH, DOT. Well, those are like the two big ones right now.
I mean, I'm excited.
DOT's still ripping. Like we're almost hitting 45. Did we?
I didn't expect.
We touched 45.
This is out of nowhere. Like this DOT is something where I wasn't looking at the chart either. Like I was just not. Some projects I just don't pay attention to what they're doing. Like and I know that's like counterintuitive to some people, but like some of my favorite projects, like DOT, it's my favorite project. Like it's one of my favorites. And it's not something I think about making money on. It's one that conceptually I think about a lot. Like I think about the ideas behind it and the people involved. And I just forget about it. Like I mean, I don't forget about it in the sense like I forget about it from a price standpoint. Like I don't think about DOT's price every day. But it breaking out, that's super interesting to me. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like it. Obviously I like that because I like making money. But like DOT is like DOT is just so amazing that I don't even think about the price. I don't look at the chart. I don't think of the price. I never look at the price with DOT. And LYXE is kind of like that too. But it's fun to look at like for these projects because like you can see, yeah.
And my point is that while this chart may not look exciting, but to me right now this is the most exciting chart for me to watch because this just looks like too perfect of an opportunity. So that's what I mean. Everybody's looking at ETH making all-time highs, DOTs, all these other charts. But who's looking at LYXE out here? I mean, you don't want to get too distracted by everything else going on. You can keep looking for these opportunities while everything else is making noise. People, I think, are quietly buying LYXE out here.
All right, and so we're gonna hit up one more. Okay, so as far as the rest of the video, the next thing we're gonna cover is PSI, and then we're going to go into a little divulge about Uniswap, and we're going to show you guys just a general idea, like people have never seen Uniswap. Ian's going to ask me some questions about Uniswap, and I have a technical video coming out soon, like where I'm going to deep dive into how Uniswap works, and but Ian will ask questions and I'll actually answer them right now. But I'm actually going to do one of my technical videos about just like getting so people can wrap their heads around what's going on there. But let's hit up PSI, and then we'll do that Uniswap. We'll get to Uniswap.
Okay, so PSI is the last chart here?
Yeah, we're going to take a look at.
Oh, okay. I actually haven't really been paying
this is something that's
a lot of attention.
This is one that I'm kind of excited about because like I threw in a chunk of money. I haven't been selling anything, and it's a tiny little market cap. And we're going to give these people a shot. We're going to interview them, and we're going to see what they're capable of. They partnered with Ferrum Network, which is, has some major YouTube channels. It was Grant who found that. Grant, thanks for that. He helped us determine that that they had a partnership with Ferrum and that they're going to be increasing marketing, and that I'm excited about meeting these people. I'm excited about meeting them and doing an interview and seeing like what they can accomplish. And it's a $2 million market cap, and I really like the idea. But we'll see if they if they can deliver, and like I'll have fun talking to them, and we could all learn from that.
So as far as the charts go,
too small, right? Too small of a thing to chart that we're looking at. Like
it's hard. Take this all with a grain of salt. This is not going to be too helpful. But what I can see is that we had a previous high just under 600, and at first I know it's funny too. Even the people that got in here, it went right to that point and wicked back down. And then you can kind of see that on lower time frames, right? It kind of came up to that $600 area and chopped around for a bit. But once we got over that high, it found some support there. So now it's could be off to the races here. Right? There's not a whole lot to chart.
I'm actually like hoping to make some money on this. Like it might turn out really well because this is one I think I'm going to make some money on this. That's my instincts. My instincts could be wrong. I like to counter my feelings with everyone, like, hey, I could be wrong. But, my instincts are telling me that, hey, you're going to make some money on this thing. Nothing is investment advice. Everyone show caution. This is just what I'm doing. You don't have to listen to me at all. But it's such a tiny little market cap, and the idea
Yeah,
is really
hopefully
good. So,
hopefully it just looks like that.
yeah, that's what we're going to see soon,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Just off the chart. Right. I think this all just becomes a flat line, right? Like everything else back here is a flat line. What we see right in here is all just going to turn into it's
Yeah.
just going to get pancaked.
They're saying the LYXE are unreliable. I actually agree. There's almost no point in charting it, but I just like looking at it. I mean, look,
Yeah.
here's one thing you can look at from this. You can see it steadily, like you can't see my hand, but you can see that it's steadily, here I can actually put my mouse.
I think I know what you're looking for.
Yeah, it's
That.
just steadily crawling on up to a whole new place. That's where it's going, right? So, whatever. It's a tiny little market cap. I could lose what I put in this. I could lose it all or get a lot, because it's so tiny. All right, and so let's take a look at Uniswap. I'm actually gonna. So Ian, let me. You can. I guess. I don't know how we're gonna do that because you're.
I could chart Uni.
Yeah, why don't you pull up? You'll be in charge of it. How about that? You'll be in charge of Uniswap. So you pull up Uniswap. No, pull up the actual site. Uniswap. Do you know how to do that? Because you haven't used Uniswap that much, right? But what you'll do is that way you know exactly what's happening, and I could just respond to it. Because if I was doing it, you're going to be a lag. So if you pull up Uniswap, you could.
Okay, it doesn't matter if my account's connected, does it?
I don't think it's going to show your accounts, right?
I mean, it shows some type of digits, I think. Pull it up on my other screen.
Yeah, pull it up on your other screen. Make sure it does. I don't think it reveals anything unless you pull up your wallet. But here, if you don't want to do that, I could pull it. But I don't know how we're gonna.
No, because I can. No, we're good. I got this.
Okay.
I'll pull it up. Because I can just cut off half.
So what I'm gonna do is I can
just do it like this.
Cool. We're doing it live. All right. So feel free to ask me. Oh,
that was irrelevant. That was a waste.
It
doesn't matter.
it's all released. You can always move stuff to new wallet, or I don't know, but it's a small wallet, So
it shouldn't matter. That's not gonna matter.
First of all, it doesn't show all those characters in between. So, all right. So ask me any question you like about Uniswap, guys. This is Uniswap. This is a DEX. What a DEX is a decentralized exchange. Okay. Now, obviously, there's ones that are cheaper, but we're just going to go through Uniswap because it's the one that a lot of these tokens launch on. So if you're unfamiliar of the history of crypto, a lot of people made a lot of money on Ethereum. And those people who made a lot of money on Ethereum, they're the ones that really use Ethereum the most, right? But most smaller players, they're probably not going to use Ethereum, or at least it's not practical to, unless they think that they're going to be doing big multiples, right? Even with their smaller amounts. But the fees on Ethereum are around $150 to do, some basic removing liquidity, adding liquidity. But for most people, that's irrelevant. To do a swap is $50. Okay, so if you're going to do a swap that's $50, you don't want the fee to be the fee should be about 1% to 2% maximum. Anything above that starts eating significantly into your profits. So if it's $50, that means you have to be transacting $5,000, right? Most people are not going to be doing that. Most retail is not going to be doing that. But there's still a lot of people that use this. A lot of people use Uniswap, right? They're the whales. They're the people that are the true crypto holders. And this is where whenever I promote a project like tiny ones, the whales are usually hunting on Uniswap, okay? Because they don't care about that $50 fee, but retail should, right? Now there's other ecosystems that are springing up, like the Binance chain, where retail likes to use that because they can actually not get charged, to death for it. And the Terra systems. But Ian, go ahead and ask me any question you want about this.
Well, it's more. I mean, I can use it, right? Obviously, I've used Uniswap for maybe a couple months now, and I figured it out. It's not too hard to use. I like how I use MetaMask wallet and it connects right up. Now, what I don't understand is, let's say I have USDT up in here, okay? Let's say I had USDT and I don't have any, and let's say I wanted to buy just PSI here, okay? And if I say, let's say I had $1,000,
right?
And I can get almost, a little more than one PSI. How does it determine that the price per PSI is what it is. It says 914 right here. I don't understand how it determines that. If I can't put a buy, if I can't select a price, do a market order, like, is it trying to get this from other exchanges? But then that's another question of if it's only available on Uniswap, then I just don't get this.
All right, guys. We're all in learning dexes together. All right. So how about let's use another example. Try pulling up turning 1 ETH into USDC. So let's do that, right? Like pretend like you got 1 ETH, and let's do. I like that shitcoin. Huh? Oh shit! I can't believe I said that. I don't know if we're allowed to say words like that on here, but whatever. Say like 1 ETH or whatever. And okay,
almost half an ETH.
Right. So go to View Pair Analytics. Click that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So go to look at total liquidity. Okay. You see how it says total liquidity? Okay, guys. So what liquidity is people are parking their money into the system on each side of that trade. So if I wanted to park some money, let's say I wanted to park $10,000 into Uniswap, I would park $5,000 worth of Ethereum, and I'd park 5,000 USD equivalents to $5,000 on the bottom side. And so it would be on either side, I would be parking liquidity in this thing, right? And that's how it gets liquidity, okay? And that's how that movement. So if you put in a huge order, you notice that you're moving the market a whole lot, right? If you put a bigger order, you notice you're going to move the price. It's saying slippage. The more liquidity you have, the more you need to slip the price. So it's all based on math. And I am going to do a future video on this in the future. This is one of the next videos I'm actually working on. I'm going to actually explain how this works. But it's basically a curve in mathematics, and they put sell and buy on each side, right?
Okay.
Right. And so that's how this is accomplished. So you say, oh, like, how did they accomplish the price? Well, it goes up. The price goes up exponentially as you push it higher and higher, and so, yeah, I'll do it visually as well when I do the video. I'm going to make it very visual so people can see
Okay.
it. Yeah, but
it's a start to an answer, though. At least
yeah.
I kind of get some idea here.
Yeah, it's based on math. And people park their money in it, and you can see that volume. That's people trading back and forth. But that's how that happens. Yeah, people parking their money in there. Liquidity. Someone wants to see UMX. You want to check out UMX?
Let's do UMX. All right, yeah.
Oh, I sold it. I'm actually.
But that's a cool question, though.
I want to see UMX because I might actually buy it back if it goes low enough. The reason why I sold it, like some people say, why did you sell UMX? It's because I made like 400% on it. That's why I sold it, and I might buy back. It's lower than where I sold it. I don't like that the volume needs to pick up. But besides that, like the volume for me to be bullish on it, more bullish on it. Let's see it on maybe the hourly. For me to be more bullish.
And you don't like the 1 minute?
Yes, that's too
Look at this wick.
Yeah, someone bought it up.
Somebody wants it.
You know what that was? Believe it or not, that was probably a bot that did that. A bot robbing someone, front running. The bots front running do that. Like, see that guy was probably robbed from. These front running bots, they cause those wicks.
Oh, hey, we actually got something now. Because, again, looking at, like we did PSI, it's like there's nothing here, This is on the
just accumulation. It's accumulation.
But and Unimex was like that for some time. I mean, I know when I bought this, I did hold it for a while. But now look at this. This is on the 4 hour, and we got some nice data here to look at. And it seriously guys, what does this look like? It's the same pattern that I just mark on everything else. It's getting redundant at this point almost.
Yeah, the cryptos make this very often. It's a very common thing to see this, like a closing in of the low and high, just closing in like that. Like it just kind of finds a spot and then it does something. It goes up or down.
It's like two patterns in one: double bottom, higher low, making like a pennant. I mean, you can extrapolate 3 targets out of here if I could find where the trend tool is. I don't.
Yeah, they're talking about vamp bots. So those bots that like front run people, yeah, they're vampires. They suck people's livelihoods, man. I hate those things. But at least now, we're aware of them, and you avoid the bots, guys. You avoid the bots that rob you of using these exchanges, front running you. You avoid it by making sure your slippage is set roughly to the same that the slippage is expected to be, as well as, maybe a little bit higher gas fees. But the slippage is really the biggest factor there. But look at that. Please don't tell me it's going to go higher because I don't own any of this. I want it to go lower so I can get more.
Well, I think the point to watch here is $6. That's that previous high here. So when we crack that, yeah, we're going to have some targets around, kind of take the bottom. Let's say this is where I marked that green, that double bottom. That's kind of, and I'll make this bigger here in just a second. If I take a target from that double bottom, that's around $8 Unimex, and then longer term targets 10. So yeah, again, it's almost like Celcius, right? $8 to $10 target on Unimex from this 4-hour pattern. Like it's now, it has some activity. You said you wanted to see the volume. Let me make this bigger.
Yeah, this was asked by MK, by the way. He's like a regular, he's one of our regular followers. Thanks, MK. I love you. I love you. You can see him everywhere.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch this in the next, let's see, the end of this. It doesn't give me all the dates.
No,
I don't understand this.
It's going down. It's going down. I want it to go down. I want to buy.
It's going down. Easy.
I want to get back what I sold. Like.
Well, let me check out the RSI.
Half the price. That's what I want.
I agree. So it's kind of where did the tools go? Does anybody use this?
This is DEX tools.
I just started using this.
Yeah, DEX tools is really useful for seeing, like, if you see the buy and orders, you'll be able to see those bots vamping people. Like,
yeah, that's down here.
El Shurdo was saying he got vamped. El Shurdo said he got vamped $2,000. That sucks. Ooh, that's painful. That hurts. That hurts. I feel it. That hurts my stomach.
But yeah, actually, I'm kind of able to chart this. But this is good. Gosh sakes. Okay. We have a double bottom on the RSI, and it looks like it's trending upward here. So that.
Are you telling me I should be buying back? I would be buying at a discount if I bought back in.
Okay, look, Mike, I'll tell you this.
We're doing it
not
live.
Financial advice.
We're doing it live.
But you want to watch this downtrend from this high to this high. Yeah, watch for it to crack that. Then that's kind of when you might want to FOMO in. I know you probably got a little spare something to throw at this, so I would wait for it to, because if it breaks down right here, now you got your discount, okay? So it could just break down, and this is the 4-hour chart. We could see a breakdown in the next 4, 8, 16 hours, whatever, down, and then you get your discount. Where would that come in? Maybe a previous high, $2.50 is a possibility, because that was your previous highs right there, right? And it never back tested this. It broke this resistance. It tried it, broke it, never really came down to test that. So if it does break down, I wouldn't be surprised to see about 250, just under 3. I think when people see this under $3, I think you're going to see a lot of volume come back in if people are watching.
All right, so I'm going to buy it right now. Let me see if I can. Or let me see if I want to do this. I'll go like this. So I'm going to actually buy some right now. Let's see if I can get in here. All right, baby, it's going live. We're getting ourselves some UMX right now.
You're buying it?
Yeah, I'm just going off that chart. Let's see if I can.
You're gonna. Well,
I don't want to sit on the side of UMX.
It doesn't even listen. I told you could wait.
Nah.
I would just wait another day.
Nah, man.
It says nah. Let's see. Is it through?
Yeah, I went through. I got it. Bam.
Oh, you're that little nub. That's you.
Neep. Neep.
Nice little baby nub.
That's all I need.
I'm just kidding. I don't think that's you.
Was it? I don't know.
No, it's not. I don't think it's loaded yet. So anyway, what else do we have on the agenda here? Are we taking some questions?
All right. So I got myself some. At least I'm part of the UMX party again. All right. So the next thing. All right. So this is the final thing we're going over. Let me just grab this. So guys, this is the last thing we're going to cover in this live stream, but basically this is going to be our channel strategy, right? This right here is basically the way I think we're going to approach things here at Intrepid Gains. So before, like I basically have a model and I use this for VC investing, right? And the model output is what, we're looking for picks like, oh, this is a strong project, it's a weak project, etc. It tries to predict, we have a model, it tries to predict the strength of the thing, like the project, the VC investment. And we make an action depending on what this output from the model is, right? And then you have an action. Okay, so the action plus time equals results, like the results of our decision, right? And results plus, okay, so this is going to be our analytics right here. And we're going to, if we get enough subscribers to the Patreon, Patreons get to see everything first, all the actions, I get direct communication, assistance, all that stuff. We're the Patreons will get to see everything first, and they get to see this. If we get to 1,000 Patreons, we're going to hire a mathematician, okay? And he's going to be an AI guy, okay? Artificial intelligence. What that is, all AI is it's a matrix of numbers and correlations, right? And it with a certain web of interrelationships with that, right? And so we're going to get this guy with the statistics, weighted data points, correlation, mathematics sets, and it's going to be a human AI engine. Humans and AI working together, right? And that's going to, we're going to take the results and we're going to take everything we get from this guy and these analytics, and we're going to process and assess the correlations, right? And we'll get a better understanding of what makes a strong project, right? And we'll modify the model, and the model will be reflecting upon the information, right? And then boom, it puts out new information. And as time goes by, this output will get more and more reliable. And from there, we could take over the world. All right, so that's it. That's basically it. So anything else to say, Ian? And we'll close this thing out. So.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of follow up maybe on some charts from the last live stream, we were doing Elron, and that was one of the same kind of patterns that I've been looking at, where it broke that diagonal trend line, and I was looking for 150, and it seems about every $10 seems to be a kind of a significant point, from 140, 150, 160. But yeah, I remember saying last live stream, I was looking for it to get over that 150, and then I'm going to get pretty darn bullish on Elron here.
Yeah, you guys make sure you stake your Elron. If you got Elron, go ahead and stake it. All right, guys, we're going to close this out. This was fun. I enjoyed today. We had a little bit of technical problems, but we're going to work at getting better at that. But overall, I'd say this was a successful live stream. Thanks, Ian. Thanks, Grant. And thanks, everybody. Had fun. And we'll work on this.